moving on. It's a new car that gets you from work to ballet practice or to that soccer game without using any gasoline, but it's not even battery electric.
No, it isn't. And it's a car that you might be hearing more about within the next few months. I went out to learn more about the new fuel cell vehicle. They are two of the most basic elements on the periodic table, oxygen and hydrogen. Add those molecules together and get a few automakers on board, and you have a hydro-powered fuel cell vehicle. No exhaust, no fumes, only water or steam. A fleet of these new cars is coming to the retail market this year. This is Toyota's Mirai.
Cost per mile is expected to be lower than gasoline.
But are these zero-emission cars any better than the electric option?
But then there's the issue of range, and that's really what's pushing this renewed hydrogen fuel cell movement.
The average electric car has a range up to about 100 miles at best and takes a minimum of about 4 hours to recharge, with the exception of the Tesla, of course, which will cost you about 6 figures. Fuel cell cars, on the other hand, have an expected range of 300 miles and refuel in 3 to 5 minutes. That leads us to our next question. Where in the heck do you find hydrogen to refuel?
We are standing at the first retail hydrogen station in the United States here in West Sacramento at Ramos Oil.
Refueling at a hydrogen station is nearly the same as going to any gas station. You go up to the pump, pull the lever. This part looks just a little different, but the nozzle attaches all the same. Hydro vehicles are powered by a highly pressurized fuel tank. You may be wondering, is this safe? We did too.
Fuel cell vehicles are as safe as any vehicle on the road. We do extensive training with firefighters, and many of them feel that these vehicles are actually safer.
The problem, right now there is only one retail hydrogen station in the country, but that should be changing soon.
This time next year, we'll have 50 finished and another chunk that'll be in construction.
Yeah, pretty fascinating. I really enjoyed putting that one together. The Toyota Mirai, by the way, is expected to come out late this year or early next year. But the price tag, it's not cheap. It's going to be about $57,000. Toyota says as an incentive, because there aren't many of these hydrogen stations, they're going to give people 3 years worth of hydrogen. So it's going to be a monetary amount that you can divvy up into 3 years if you buy this car. There will also be federal and state rebates as an incentive to get into it, but hydrogen fuel.
That is amazing. But who exactly does this benefit for the people out there?
Right, and that was my question to the editor at cars.com, because who really wants to get a car that is in its very early stages? You worry about the technology and if it's going to work right. The editor at cars.com said it's going to be for those techie people who are really interested in getting the newest and latest piece of technology. It's not exactly cheap, as we mentioned, but this new fleet of cars could be really beneficial for somebody who does have a longer commute, because it is pretty comparable from gas to the hydrogen as far as the cost is concerned, but obviously the emissions, it is steam. So if you're going on a long commute, it might make you feel better knowing that you're not putting the gas into the air.
And right now there's only one gas station in California?
Hydrogen station, but
I
know, it's hard to even come to that. Yeah, no, there is. It's the one that's over at Ramos Oil in West Sacramento. They are expecting, as we heard there, to put several more of these all throughout California, so you would be able to get on that 300-mile range from station to station by the end, hopefully, of the year when the cars come out.
Amazing and great story. Thanks, Dina.
Thank you.
Yeah.